To profess, according to the dictionary, is to confess or declare openly, and therefore publicly. Consequently, to acknowledge a calling before the world. So the word bears originally a religious connotation, as when we speak of profession of faith. But in our present society, with its elaborate subdividing of human functions, a profession is the specialized social task requiring expertness and know-how that one performs for pay. It is a living, one's livelihood. Professional people are lawyers, doctors, dentists, engineers, and also professors of philosophy. The profession of the philosopher in the modern world is to be a professor of philosophy, and the realm of being which the philosopher inhabits as a living individual is no more recondite than a corner within the university. Not enough has been made of this academic existence of the philosopher, though some contemporary existentialists have directed searching comment upon it. The price one pays for having a profession is a déformation professionnelle, as the French put it, a professional deformation. Doctors and engineers tend to see things from the viewpoint of their own specialty, and usually show a very marked blind spot to whatever falls outside this particular province. The more specialized a vision, the sharper its focus, but also the more nearly total the blind spot toward all things that lie on the periphery of this focus. As a human being, functioning professionally within the academy, the philosopher can hardly be expected to escape his own professional deformation, especially since it has become a law of modern society that man is assimilated more and more completely to his social function. And it is just here that a troublesome and profound ambiguity resides for the philosopher today. The profession of philosophy did not always have the narrow and specialized meaning it has now. In ancient Greece, it had the very opposite. Instead of a specialized theoretical discipline, philosophy there was a concrete way of life, a total vision of man and the cosmos in the light of which the individual's whole life was to be lived. These earliest philosophers among the Greeks were seers, poets, almost shamans, as well as the first thinkers. Mythological and intuitive elements permeate their thinking, even where we see the first historical efforts toward conceptualization. They traffic with the old gods, even while in the process of coining a new significance for them. And everywhere in the fragments of these pre-Socratic Greeks is the sign of a revelation greater than themselves, which they are unveiling for the rest of mankind. Even in Plato, where the thought has already become more differentiated and specialized, and where the main lines of philosophy as a theoretical discipline are being laid down, the motive of philosophy is very different from the cool pursuit of the savant engaged in research. Philosophy is, for Plato, a passionate way of life, and the imperishable example of Socrates, who lived and died for the philosophic life, was the guiding line of Plato's career for 5 decades after his master's death. Philosophy is the soul's search for salvation, which means for Plato deliverance from the suffering and evils of the natural world. Even today, the motive for an Oriental's taking up the study of philosophy is altogether different from that of a Western student. For the Oriental, the only reason for bothering with philosophy is to find release or peace from the torments and perplexities of life. Philosophy can never quite divest itself of these aboriginal claims. They are part of the past, which is never lost, lurking under the veneer of even the most sophisticatedly rational of contemporary philosophies.